AI stocks are booming these days. If you want your company to catch the latest buzz, just have something to do with AI. If you're utilizing AI, you're likely killing it. Two of the companies that are leading the way with their technologies and AI chips are NVIDIA and AMD. There's a tremendous buzz and excitement surrounding both of these stocks. In this video, we're going to break down both companies so that you can decide for yourself which one you like moving ahead. And let me tell you, both of them are
not too shabby.
NVIDIA is booming and gearing up to break its all-time highs. AMD is doing the same, and both stocks are at very high PE ratios as well. Both companies are known for their graphics cards and dominating the world of gaming computers. Now they're both at the forefront of the AI revolution. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, predicts that every enterprise on the planet will eventually run on its AI operating system. Guys, now is the time to hang on to your seats and place your bets. There is a huge potential upside, and we want to be on the right side of this. So, do we want to buy in and believe this, or do we think it's just overdone and this whole AI boom deal is just a huge bubble and it's going to burst at some point? What do you think? Before we get into this deeper, if you appreciate the time and effort that goes into making these videos, all I ask is that you please hit the like and subscribe button, and we can get this video out to more people. I really appreciate it, and it helps out the channel tremendously, so thank you very much. Right now, guys, we're in a market where stocks are moving like crazy. We see that AMD is at $201 for just one share, and NVIDIA $841 per share. So for an option contract, multiply that times 100, since one contract controls 100 shares of stock. If you were to buy the stock outright, that's over $20K for AMD and over $84,000 for NVIDIA. If you have a small account, it may be difficult to buy shares of these stocks. However, utilizing options, risk can be reduced, and they can allow you to control more shares of stock for less dollars invested up front. If you're interested in reducing risk and getting more bang for your buck with options, please download the free options workshop in the link below. It talks about the two main benefits of trading options over buying stocks. We also have a very reasonably priced paid course that goes into detail and covers all the ins and outs of options, including how to trade options for beginners, as well as even some more advanced strategies. Also, use the link below and open an account with Moomoo. You can get 15 free stocks by opening with just $1,000 and earn 5.1% on your money and an extra 3% for 3 months, so 8.1%. You get free charting software that's great and I use. You can set it up with all your key indicators and you don't have to pay for it. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner and I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research, and if you're new or learning options, I recommend you start small. Guys, with NVIDIA at all-time highs right now and about to break through, is it overvalued? Not necessarily. Even though it's at all-time highs, I believe that it will likely have some pullbacks, but ultimately push even higher. In other words, it may lose some short-term battles, but it will ultimately win the war and move higher. The war does have some extremely lucrative upside as well, in my opinion. So over the next few years, I'm likely going to have a position on pretty continuously in NVIDIA. Here's why. But first, let's keep in mind that different cycles have different stocks that tend to lead or dominate that particular boom. Whether it be the PC boom with Apple, Intel, and Microsoft, the dot-com boom, the EV boom with Tesla, the crypto boom, and now the AI boom. With Microsoft, look at the 404,000% gain, most since about 2015. Also, notice the big dip where it lost about 1/4 of its value in a pullback. Amazon is another one that has had 194,000% gain, mostly since that 2015 time period, and then it lost about half its value at the end of 2022. So just like Microsoft and Amazon, NVIDIA will likely go through some ups and downs and get overbought and then correct and drop huge before running back up over time. But overall, I do think NVIDIA is here to stay and will continue to grow over the long term. What drives businesses up over the long term is really the underlying business and the earnings. NVIDIA, with an 80% market share, is far and away the #1 GPU supplier in the world. GPU stands for Graphics Processing Unit, and GPUs are needed in this AI world that we're living in today. The GPU market size is expected to grow at a CAGR, which is compound annual growth rate, of 25% through 2032, and all the way up to $400 billion globally. That's a 10x from where the market is today. With NVIDIA having 80% of the market, even if they lose some to AMD and others, they're likely going to be growing very, very fast. As the chart below illustrates, NVIDIA's data center revenue has climbed nearly every quarter sequentially since late 2020, and growth really took off in 2024. From the fourth quarter of fiscal 2023 to the fourth quarter of 2024, data center revenue surged more than 400% to a record level of more than $18 billion. The PE, which stands for price to earnings ratio for NVIDIA, is 74, which is a little high. However, the PEG, which may be a better gauge for its value going forward, is just 1.33. PEG is the price to earnings to growth, so it takes into account NVIDIA's growth rate. AMD has a much higher PE ratio of 397. However, AMD has a very high projected growth rate as well. The PEG ratio is just 0.83 for AMD. However, AMD has a much smaller percentage of the GPU market. Now let's talk about the technology and products behind both AMD and NVIDIA. NVIDIA really has the ace in the hole since it's the leader in inference chips. Inference chips are the chips that apply a trained AI model to new data. So these chips take the data and determine what the AI model has learned and then makes decisions and applies them. They can help do things like real-time language translation, for instance. So speed, latency, and minimal power consumption are paramount. So it's the heart and soul of the GPU. Now, AMD unveiled its MI300X AI graphics processing unit. The chip has been designed to compete directly with NVIDIA's offerings, specifically the H100, and it's already caught the attention of some of tech's most prominent players. Microsoft announced Azure would become the first cloud platform to use AMD's MI300X to optimize AI capabilities. AMD seeks to lead its own space with AI by doubling down on powered PCs as well. And there's predictions that 60% of all PCs shipped in 2027 will be AI enabled. Okay guys, so AMD or NVIDIA, they both have their strengths. NVIDIA with the inference chips, 80% domination of the GPU market, and a 74 PE and 1.33 PEG ratio based on growth is one option. The other, AMD, has much more market share left to gain. Their MI300X GPU will still take some market share from NVIDIA's H100, since the H100 currently has pretty long lead times due to high demand, and the MI300 is close in performance and much less costly as far as the price to the customers. Some customers are going to take advantage of that. Either way, I don't think you can go wrong with NVIDIA or AMD. So I'm going to own a little bit of both and wait for some pullbacks and dips when they come in, which they inevitably will. I think AMD is a little bit better buy based on where it's at price-wise right now. I think NVIDIA should come back soon, but hey, we shall see. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you like AMD or NVIDIA? All right, guys, I put a link down below for the free options workshop. Remember to grab that. Use the link, sign up with Moomoo, and get 15 free stocks by just opening an account with $1,000 and earn up to 8.1% on your cash. Remember to hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.